Hello everyone, the first week is over. How did the bot fare today or now? We will be looking at the performance of the bot. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into that. And at the end of the video, we will be opening a Pokemon pack. That is correct, like every Friday. Okay, we're on our homepage, I believe. Switch to the Friday. There we go. So, it has been the first week, and you can see a slight drawdown of the equity in USD of 1.1%. So the bot did not perform that great this week. We are looking, of course, at the capital gates, which is this phase, right? When does it turn to phase 2? We need to be trading at 14 days. Needs to close 5 trades. Apparently, we already have 4 out of 5 trades closed. Expected average R per trade. Okay, and the drawdown on the ceiling is maximum 20%, which has not been, or it can't go lower, of course. And clean discipline, no rule breaks, is currently still at clean. And so yeah, we need to get to $250, and then I will inject a little bit more money, quite a bit more probably, because that will prove that the bot is running and working. Now, what about the performance? Now, sadly, there is technical issues. As you can see in my... Let me move down a bit. Actually, there's a presenter mode, which I can open right like this. All right, so sadly, when you look at the bot, the equity started at 1.3 million and we're now at $128. Now, that's because I traded with a paper account before this, which is a training account, so to say, which had fake money of 1.3 million on there. And it put that into my analysis, into my data, which sadly is not what we want here, right? Then going further down, what has worked this week? Right, there's not been any winners. The overall drawdown stayed contained with current drawdown at about 1.7%. Max drawdown is capped at 2%, so I've set that cap, right? But then the whole market, it peaked, I believe, last week. Everything went down. I mean, if you look at crypto, for example, it's absolute in the bottom draws at the moment. But yeah, there's been 0 rule violations, so to say, from the bot, which I like to hear, which means it follows the rules, so I can invest more money into that live money. And as long as it does that, I'm happy. Now, what lost money? There was 2 closes, the SPY and which is the S&P, and QQQ is the Nasdaq. It underperformed, and then once the stop loss was hit, it sold it again. The bot followed its risk and process rules this week with rule violation count at 0. Okay, maybe that I can display a little bit differently with 2 charts in the future. What could improve? There's a -1 expectation of -1, which is obviously I want the profit to have a high expectation, because that would lead to more gains, right? So that can be improved. Then the S&P and the Nasdaq lagged their benchmarks by 6 and 6% points this week. A hypothesis to test is whether the same trend rules should be applied identically to both tickers or whether separate parameter sets might be better in the future. So I can have a look into it and see, okay, do we need to actually change something in the bot strategy to perform better? Now, obviously, it's just been 1 week that this thing is live, so we'll keep it running for a little bit. Who cares about $2 that it went down? It's just proving that everything is currently working, how it's set out to work, which I really, really like. The capital gate verdict, we're staying at phase 1. One lesson: a week of 4 straight full R losses, negative 15.11 in profit and loss, and underperformance versus simple buy and hold is reminder that even a disciplined system can go cold, which is why research and around expectancy, drawn down and smaller starter phases make far more over many weeks and months than a single losing stretch, which is basically saying, okay, just buy and hold, or just chill out a second here and have it running for a little bit than just for 1 week, right? Rule changes, experiment verdicts. There's one proposed. Daily trends. All right. 2534 walk forward pass. Okay, so this is currently in, because I also have the bot, of course, running and testing its own strategies in the background. So once this is successful in the test phase, it will be proposed as or a promoted strategy, and then I can apply it to my bots. And what changed for the bot? I believe we've already went through that. Okay. Now, without wanting to waste any more of your time, we also look at collectibles in this AI channel, or AI for finance channel, because it's not only everything digital but also physical collectibles like the Star Wars you see in the background, etc. That can be a good investment. So I thought, let me start to get into Pokemon. We're opening the first pack here, right? The idea, of course, is to just hold your card, whatever you buy. Actually, I need to hold it up. Okay. Now, what do we have here? This is from the perfect order. We have this one. So I've just gotten into Pokemon now because it used to be something I did in the past. When I was young, right? I thought it might be cool to get back into it, just like a lot of other people. Okay, Energy, Surge, Barbacle, Ratica. Ooh, I remember this rat. Rosa, no chance I remember her. So this is actually the first pack that I've opened in probably 20 years. I think I remember this guy. And this one. I don't know what this does. Scatterberg. Landorus. Alright. Let's see. Basic Energy. Okay, what's this one? Pokemon.com Redeem. Digital booster. Okay, I guess now we know we got one Landorus. This one might be a good one, huh? I don't know. That's to check and to figure out another day. Anyways, all of what I'm doing is just showing the process of my trading bot and something fun, hopefully fun, with the Pokemon cards, which is a little bit more physical, less digital. That could be or turn out to be a good investment if you get lucky, but I'm just showing the phases that I go through, right? So none of this is financial advice, as you know. Always do your own research, and I'll see you on Monday with the next macro outlook. Bye bye.